It's hard for men to get girlfriends because most of the time their wives won't let them. Now, following that very, very sexist intro, we have a very manly champion, Tryndamere. And I'm jungling with him, and I gotta quickly tell you what runes I'm using because they're nothing like the video. And I don't know exactly what combination, of points into them, so I'll just say that. 6.7 armor pen. Because I got lazy and just kind of picked anything. Attack speed yellow, attack speed blue, then the rest that is open I just put attack damage, I think. Or, yeah, I think it was attack damage. Anyways, get red and I immediately try to gank Udyr. I want to force out his flash so Nidalee can destroy him. So, I don't have my Q, which would be, very useful for jungling. I have my spin and my W, but now I do have my Q. I go around jungling, and I would have expected the enemy Skarner to have stolen my blue, but he didn't, so I have a blue. I'm level 4 now, and I buy Berserker Screams first. Yes, the mobility on Tryndamere is incredibly useful, especially if he's jungling. And as you can see, I'm taking the farm from mid because she was gone, and because Vladimir's kicking her ass. And I'm roaming around to pick a fight with somebody. And now, here's going to be my first actual kill gank. So, mid is exchanging a lot of blows, they're hurting each other, and his spell, he has no summoner spells to escape, so this is pretty much an easy kill for me. I back out to wait for, his spell so he won't blast me with his E once his ultimate is off. Until his ultimate is off. Or at all, because I don't want to get killed. And once that happens, once that's over, Morgana lands a Q, and I just go in and kill Vladimir. Now I'm going to buy the makings of a Wriggles Lantern. If I don't get fed, then I'll buy Wriggles. But otherwise, I can buy something else. And now I'm using my E to wall hop. Because I would expect Udyr or somebody to have, a ward somewhere or whatever. And I want to skip that off. Now Lux came to help me gank mid. And both Lux and Morgana fail their Qs. Or snares. I don't know where... I think Lux's snare is also on Q. Whatever. We killed Vladimir again. He took heal and ignite. He's an idiot. Like, you need a damn escape if you're gonna fight, a jungler that's gonna want to rape you. And especially if you fight like Morgana. Anyways, bottom is killed their, bottom exchanged kills of the carries. Janna was left with a little bit of health, and I went and killed her, and victory for me. I'm getting fed. Now I'm passing off the blue to the Morgana. Hopefully this will give her a better chance of, dealing with the Vladimir that's apparently kicking her ass. And I go off to pick fights. Now red is down, but it's going to be up soon. So I'm just going in, gonna gank these two at bottom. Lux is actually going to bait them into coming away from their tower. Ashe goes out, and this just, we sandwich her in. Even with her flash, there's no escaping me and Lux. She gets snared, I kill her. Then I just go back to jungling. I'm gonna take the dragon afterwards too. Top lane is having its own fun, so I'm ignoring that. I'm pretty sure, I think Nidalee's been killed twice, I don't know. But I'm getting fed, so that's all that matters. I'm close to getting a BF sword. That's what I'm going to buy instead of finishing his Wriggles. Now this next gank against Udyr is completely stupid. I misclicked. It's just like, once I was there, I'm like, might as well dive in without minions. I was waiting for the minions to be there, and then me and Nidalee would have killed them. But, whatever, I completely screwed that part up. Back to getting my red, and back to trying to find Skarner to murder him. Vladimir is, gonna shoot at me, and I don't know why he tried to do this exchange. I'm gonna hurt him really badly. Sure, he'll hurt me, but there's no chance in hell I would die. And here I do another wall hop. I doubt they have any wards at Dragon, so I just wall hop to steal the red. Now, I would have assumed that Skarner was gonna, try to stop me, but he shows his face bottom, and I take his red. It's like, okay, I think he thought I escaped, so I'm gonna steal a red. And, go about my day. But then, team fight happens bottom, I join the fight, they're gonna flash away, exhaust me, or do whatever the hell they want. Oh yeah, fine, just exhaust me. And I go try to target the Janna because she has a CC to kill me. I can't, so I turn my attention to Skarner. He barely survives, but then I have to use flash to murder him. I turn on Janna, I pop my ults a little bit too early, though it doesn't matter in the end. And we get 2 kills from that. I want to pass off my blue, but I end up critting the golem. That's kind of a risk with RNG junglers. You kind of end up screwing things up. I'm super fed. I have pickaxe and I build Wriggles anyways, and a BF sword. I build Wriggles because Tryndamere. I have no armor. I didn't build any armor, and I certainly don't have that on my items. I mean, on my runes. My masteries are like what was it? 24, and no, 25. Yeah, 25 and 5. Yeah, it makes as much sense as... No, 25, 4, and 1. There we go. The lower flash cooldown, because I felt like, 2 magic resistance doesn't fucking matter. And here, we gank Vladimir yet again. He's got no escapes other than his W, and he wasted it early. So, like, I can tank the tower, so we just murder him. Udyr's gonna try to gank me, so I pop my ultimate when he bitch slaps me. And I just walk away. As you can see, this is actually not a long team battle. This is why I decided to put the Cho'Gath and Tryndamere once together, because these two are highly requested, and I do have 2 matches of them, and nothing else for a long time. And there's very little chance I actually get to play Tryndamere, so I feel like combining it. And once more, we rape Vladimir again. Like, dear God, put a ward or take flash next time. Anyways, moving on to Cho'Gath. This is gonna be another one of those type of team battles. So again, I fused them because the few I have show some stuff I want to show you, but aren't too exciting by themselves, so I just threw them together. This one is Cho'Gath jungle control to, you know, beautiful levels. But I started off with boots, movement speed quints, and movement on masteries. Wait, no, not movement on masteries for this one. And Janna gives me a lot of mobility. And that's always been a problem with jungle Cho'Gath too, is he's pretty fucking slow, so you gotta build it into him. I go off to gank Olaf top after getting red, and I completely miss my Q. It's like, oh man, I missed the easiest Q ever, I feel bad. Then I go clear raids and clear wolves, and then go check my red, which I would have assumed it was stolen. I just want to clear it and get the timer. Anyways, go back, get my blue, and start invading and looking for a kill or something. Easy. I guess that succeeds, but that didn't. So I could have done a lot more, but whatever. I failed my Q because I'm bad at life. Now another gank on Kog'Maw because he decides to, you know, show his face, and this time this Q doesn't fail, and I output some damage onto him. Now I'll explain my masteries and runes. Masteries 921. There we go. My runes: attack speed red, armor yellow, magic resistance, scaling blues. Now Udyr picks a fight with me, and I'm like, okay, Udyr, you can pick a fight with me. You started off with boots. You can't do shit to a Cho'Gath that has 21 masteries. I do a lot of damage thanks to my E. So I sent Udyr packing. I don't think he had the right masteries, because in a straight out duel, I should have lost. But he took way more damage, and he did have less health though. So now I go to gank bottom, and it shows that they have ward, so they're gonna back off. The Blitzcrank is gonna go and miss his Q. I can't blame him because I missed my Qs. Then we almost killed some misfortune, but oh well. Now Blue's about to respawn for the Udyr, so he showed his face somewhere top, and now he's probably porting back and trying to run to Blue. So I'm gonna steal it from him before he gets there. This is high risk, especially if the mid lane Kog'Maw noticed. I get Blue and I'm able to gank bottom again. Big time fight happening. Well, not big time. They're taking too many risks. She takes a shot from the tower and she's dead. It's like, I probably didn't even need to show up for her to die. She reacted very poorly. So now I go back, get my red. Udyr shows up and he's probably hanging around. I have no idea, but I have my ultimate up. I'll just munch on the lizard. It's mine. Now I'll pass off this blue to my Janna. Therefore, I'm starting to gain jungle control from the enemy. Go home, buy 2 gold per 5 items, or gold per 10, or whatever it is. I don't remember, I just know they gave me gold. And a ward. By the way, I forgot to mention this. We put Vayne on top against Olaf, because Vayne sodomizes Olaf. I know she's a really good laner, sodomizes a lot of melees. And people are like, what counters Olaf? Well, it's a high risk to having another AD carry top. But we did, and she got destroyed. I mean, he got destroyed. Now, they know I'm taking red, but they're gonna try to, you know, wait before he kills it. I have my ultimate. I eat it and then run. Oh well, Kaguma could have, become a little bit more aggressive. Whatever. I take his red. Now I have his red, and throughout this whole time, I keep thinking we should try, for dragon. But oh well. So here's how control jungling's working with Cho'Gath now. Obviously, my ultimate is a big factor in how I devour people, but the lanes can't fail. If there's somebody dead in a certain lane, then I can go to that part of the jungle and start screwing around in there. Like, top lane just died, meaning the red jungle would be a safe place for me to be. And here's where I'm going to dupe my opponents. They know I'm going, up the river. Their blue is about to spawn, or it has spawned, so they think, oh, Cho'Gath's going to show up there. So I just hide off where I know they don't have a ward, and just wait. I have 2 wards that tell me where they will end up being. That's why I placed that ward right here a little while ago, so I can see Kog'Maw or whatever is going to show up, and then put it at the blue. Now I know they're doing blue, and I'll be able to, surprise them. I'm like, Blitzcrank goes a little bit way too early, though it ends up resulting in an okay thing. We kill Soraka. This blue is ours. Even if Olaf tries to smite it, I have my, munching powers right now. So I munch it security. And I kind of ping for my team to go to dragon. Then we see Olaf, and my team doesn't go for dragon. Oh well then. Now I'm able to give blue once more to Janna. And I'm just farming the goddamn jungle. I'm like a machine right now. I get my red again. I'm starting to get farmed. Vayne is destroying everybody because, she killed Olaf. And I'm just wondering, why didn't they, lane switch earlier? They got a little too lazy. Bottom lane should have, they may have lost some CS by going back, but Olaf just got destroyed and Vayne got fed. Should have left a long time ago. Now this time we couldn't catch the red, and Olaf, managed to take it. Oh well. We've already got complete lane domination. We don't have any map control. There's not a lot of wards going on, and I want to buy Wit's End because this bottom lane is starting to become suicidal. And as you can see, one of them likes to trash talk, which is something I'm very, unfavor. I don't favor that much. Now here comes the gank on Soraka. Q hits her. Red starts stabbing at her. I get the the Wit's End procs. Olaf shows up, so I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fight this anymore under the tower. I don't have mana anyways. Wit's End on Cho'Gath. I recently started using it after someone suggested it on me. I'm like, it is interesting of an item. Like, I bought it a little too early, but I'm pretty, farmed and fed, so it's not quote unquote bad. Here we kited Olaf and Udyr, and we just, pretty much raped them in a circle and waited for the rest of our team to kite him, slow him, and just kill them both. I'm like, okay, here's our team. It's obvious that we have more coordination, and I'm not too sure if they're a pre-mid or not, but whatever. They did show some signs of working together. But even then, this control jungling, having your wards and using Cho'Gath as your, your Cho'Gath's ultimate just to feast everything and steal everything from the enemy, works even on higher levels. But there's a whole nother issue of what problems there are that make Cho'Gath a less than attractive choice as your jungler. That I'll go into some later time. Cho'Gath is definitely a strong sustain jungler, strong control jungler, but he's so bad at dueling versus certain matchups, and he can certainly get caught in really bad situations. Come on, look at this. If his Q and W aren't super reliable in cooldowns. Anyways, as you can see there, they're gonna surrender right now. The time is running out, but hopefully you saw what I wanted you from these 2 team battles. Now, to be more clear about this, on the Tryndamere one, I was trying to show how aggressive, high-risk jungling I was doing, no armor at all that good stuff. And I was using my blink to, bypass certain wards, taking, different type of ganking routes or invasion routes, that kind of stuff. Like, going right through the dragon or right through Baron, places where they wouldn't put a ward, making them, have to end up putting wards there sooner or later. And Cho'Gath, well, that was just counter jungling, invasion, how I move about and how I try to put pressure on the lanes while still maintaining my pressure on the jungle at the same time. So That's why these two were combined.